Hi everyone, my name's Anne Marie. Welcome to this card making project. Now in this project we're going to use our Anna Griffin supplies to make the most gorgeous card. And very simple. We're going to be using one of my very favourite card making kits from Anna. And we're going to use a die set with it as well. Just to kind of show that you don't have to add lots to things, but you can use some of the things you already have. Now you'll have to excuse the washi tape that's on mine, but I like to position it on my cardstock to be able to hold it in place when I run it through my die cutting machine. These are the decorative edge dies from Anna. We're going to be using this set at this side, and we're going to be using both of the dies, both the shadow layer and the decorative edge. So that's, I know I've been asked so many times about showing the die sets, and I'm just hoping this helps and gives you an idea of what I am using, because I know it can look very different when it's just written on my blog. So that's the set we're going to be using. Everything I do use I shall put in a detail list on my blog and also in the description below on YouTube. Please feel free to comment on my blog, on Facebook especially, on Instagram. You can find all the addresses of where I am at the end of this video. I can't comment back on YouTube though, so if you ask me a question on YouTube, please resend it on Facebook, because then I can answer you on a forthcoming video, etc. If you don't have Facebook, you can always contact me directly through my blog, so you can always do that. So don't be thinking I'm being rude on YouTube. It's just there's a glitch with my account that I've had for a long time and my replies disappear. So there we go, housekeeping over, let's craft, that's what we're here for. Now we're going to be using the Painted Garden Cardmaking Kit from Anna. It is one of the most beautiful card making kits and very versatile, and I'm hoping this card will show you that you can mix it with items you have already in your stash. Now the base card that we're using is from the actual collection of the Painted Garden Kit. I want to show you the size of it because all the cards in the kit are 7 by 5 inches, and this gives you perspective at home, if I do it that way, perspective at home of the size of the card that I'm using. The largest size on our cardometer is the A4 size, and then folded down, if you fold the A4 in half, then you have the A5 size. Our next size is 7 by 5, or for my friends across the pond, 5 by 7. So that's the size that we're going to use. This is a pre-printed card that's in the kit. Gorgeous blue design. Now I'm going to use my bone folder. Even though it's in the kit, I'm going to still make that nice professional edge down the side, because when that's stood on a mantelpiece, which it will, you want it to stand proud. Now on the back of the cards in the kit, it says handmade by, and that's where you can put your name so the recipient will know who sent them the most beautiful card on their mantelpiece. As always, we're going to start with the inside first. Now the inside for this, really pretty, it's going to match the outside perfectly. I've taken another one of the cards from the Painted Garden collection card making kit, and I've cut it down to fit the inside of our card. So it's just cut down by 1/4 of an inch, just to give, I'm saying 1/4 of an inch roughly, you know, give or take, just to give a border around the outside. So it's been cut down that much. So I have a mark on my cutting trimmer, and that's where I take it to every time, because I've used it so many times to cut to the right size for the inside. There is now an ingrained mark on it. So that's as far down as it's gone, roughly about 1/4 of an inch. So this is on flat tape. We're peeling the back of the tape away. Now, for those eagle-eyed viewers, you'll notice this tape is a little bit thinner. Now, I do like using wide tape. I'll show you the back of the wide tape I like using. And that's roughly 25mm, I think it is. And this is a lot smaller. It's only because I've run out. So, you know, there's no particular reason. We don't have to worry. There isn't you know, a shortage of anything. It was just, for me, I've run out. And I know I will get, you know, messages about the tip and it's different, but it still does the same thing. It's still double-sided tape, or you could use a tape runner, or whatever you've got. You might prefer to use wet glue. That might be your glue of choice. Okay, so that's our first layer on the inside of our card. Now, our second layer is where we've used the die. And you can see I've trimmed this down. I don't want to give anything away from the from the front, but that's where it's die cut in its entirety. And you can see I've just trimmed, hard to see, ivory on ivory there. I've trimmed the top section away because I don't need all of it because it's the insert. Now you can also see, for those eagle-eyed viewers, instead of wasting it, the back side of the card that I've cut down for the insert, this is what I've die cut, because you can see the handmade by. Don't worry about if you cut things down and will that show through, because it won't. It's cardstock. I just wasn't going to waste it. And I wanted to make sure that it all matched, and you know, I was being resourceful. There we go. So I'm going to stick that down to the inside of our card like that. Now there's not going to be a lot of room in here for you to be able to write your messages. So if you're wanting to write a very long message, then maybe this isn't for you, or you need to write it on a separate piece of paper. I've taken a couple of the embellishments from the Painted Garden Kit and I've run them through my Xyron machine. And all I'm going to do is add them to either end of where we've cut the actual die cut down, like so. And then I've taken one of the flowers as well, from the die cutting layers, and I'm just going to pop that over the centre. So now we've got our matching insert. How pretty is that? Now those the die cuts are from the sheets that's included in the card making kit, and you build them up on 3D foam to create 3D flowers, which we're going to do for the front of our card. All the flowers are numbered on the back, so you would follow the numbers, add the 3D foam and build on top of each other to get the effect. Now for us, we've got the outside of our card to create, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our die cutting. Now we've already seen the die. This is the shadow layer from the die that we're going to use, and I'm going to simply position it on my card to one side of the card, towards the opening of the card. It's on 3D foam at one side. I'm sorry, I should have shown you this. And then at the other side, down along the straight edge, it was on flat tape. Our die cut, our ornate die cut is the same. I can show you on this. We've got flat tape along one side, and we've got 3D foam dotted about between the ornate layers. And this is going to sit on top of the previous layer. The shadow layer was blue metallic cardstock from the Anna Griffin 7x5 layers collection. And the gold cardstock is the Anna Griffin Satin cardstock. I really like the satin. That's one of my favourites. Now that has sat on the card, and you can see how we've got 3D foam at the edges of both of them, and then it's flat towards this side, and that is on purpose. I haven't made a boo-boo. It's completely on purpose. Now for this side of the card, in the Painted Garden Card Kit, there are some panels that you get that are the full rectangle of the design. I've taken the one with the roses and the bows, and I've cut away the outside. to give me the inside of the design, and I've simply cut around it, added 3D foam on the back, and I'm simply going to pop it on the card like so. There we go. Just over one edge of the die cutting. Now I'm going to build up the layers, and I want to show you what I mean about what it says on the back. So CC1 is the next layer to go on this. CC2 will go on top of this layer, and so on. And we build it up. I've got 3D foam on the back, and we're going to build up our layers simply by matching the pattern over the pattern like so. And then we have the centre rows like that. Now what I've done is I've taken the extra bows and I've added 3D foam on those for both sides, building the decoupage up. Lots of lovely layers on this card. I've taken 2 of the extra roses that are on the sheet, and I'm simply going to add those to the top to cover this edge. Now obviously there's 3 layers here, so at one side I've got 3 layers of foam, 3D foam, and just a little bit of tape, so that will cover the edge of our die cut, and it looks like it all flows. And then I've done the same for rows at the bottom, and that covers the bottom edge of our die cut. Now we can simply add a little sentiment, because if you remember the inside of our card, we haven't got a sentiment. Sentiment free, because normally I add a sentiment in the centre, but for this, the sentiment we're putting on the front is just for you. This could be just for you for anything. I'm slotting it underneath the 3D layers at one side of the actual decoupage. I'm going to try and make it a little bit central, and it's a sticker again from the card making kit, so just sticks down, press it down, and then I'm going to finish it off. Instead of a bow from the kit, I've got my own bow. Now I've just looked and that is crooked, so I'll just lift that up a little bit. You see, looking round and looking through the camera, it's completely different. So just, you know, I like you to know these things. So this is a bow that I've tied because I just wanted something that I've done rather than from the kit. Now I know we've got the die cut in, but I don't know, I just fancied my own bow, and I've given them swallowtails at the bottom, and that is our card finished. And oh, my bow's crooked now. Everything's crooked now. Not to worry, it shows it's handmade. It would be one of mine if there wasn't something crooked. That's our card finished. How pretty is that? And that could be for any occasion. I'm asked so many times, can you show me a card to say thank you? Can you show me a card for graduation? Can you show me a card just to say I love you? So just for you, you could write anything in there. Just for you on your special day. Just for you on your wedding day, your graduation day, your happy divorce day, happy anniversary day. I know those two don't follow, but, you know, hey hum. But it could be absolutely anything. Stands up perfectly. Definitely a keeper. Will stand proud on the mantelpiece. Now, there's lots of layers on this one, so it should go in a normal envelope, but might be touch and go. But how pretty is that? And it just, that one die set changes the whole look of a card making kit. And it just, you know, it shows how versatile Anna Griffin items really are. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please share. I'd like to reach as many people as I possibly can, especially coming up to my 500th episode. So look out for that. It won't be long. Another just over a week. It's going to be very special. Please share, please comment. Please give me the thumbs up. I always forget that one. I don't know why. And I look forward to hearing from you, seeing what you think. Have you enjoyed this? Aren't those colours pretty? They all just work so well. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.